Jay, you guys had a new face join you guys today. Just maybe talk about the elements that Ryan McLeod brings to the game, knowing that you're familiar with him from rookie camp and now seeing him skate today.
Well, I think what stands out is that he's a big body that can skate, and he's a center iceman, which provides a little bit of depth for us there at that position. He's off the ice. He's got a lively personality. He's excited to be here. He's passionate about the game, and he's serious about being the best that he can be. And we're excited to have him join our group.
And did you, by any chance, watch any of the playoff games that he kind of got in and maybe see elements in his games that maybe you picked up on?
No, I'm relying on what I saw in rookie camp and through main camp and the impression that he left early in our season back in September. But also have been in good contact with some of our area scouts and development people that have given me an update on where he's at in his personal game and how he affected that Saginaw team and their playoffs in the Ontario Hockey League. We saw exactly what we saw in September, which was a young man that can skate. He has size through the middle. He has a defensive conscience about him, and he'll add to our group for sure.
He went deep into training camp with the Edmonton Oilers. How much do you think that benefited him, or was a catalyst in his development and maybe just reassuring where he was at as a second-round pick?
Yeah, I think he was one of the storylines of main camp, and just his pace and his ability to get in on forechecks and look at home with NHL hockey players. And he, like you said, he went right to the very end of main camp there. He left a great impression. It set him up for a good season in the Ontario Hockey League. He had a good effect on two different franchises there. And like I said, today he showed exactly what he is, which is a big body through the middle that can skate.
You mentioned a couple of weeks ago how important it was for Bush to get in a couple practices and learn the terminology. Is that the same case with Ryan?
I think so. I think Ryan's going to benefit from having been in a full practice today. The big thing for us is that both of these young men have come into a very tight-knit team. And the leadership on our team has welcomed them with open arms. We believe that they can help us in our push and in our playoff run here. If there's one thing that we've learned this year is that teams win. Teams win. And, if you have strong members of your team and they can contribute to that, then they, are accepted by their teammates and whatnot. And both of those young guys have come in with great attitudes. They've both contributed. Ryan's just one day in here in practice, but Bush came in and contributed in the minutes that he got, and he left an impression. And as he keeps improving, his minutes will increase incrementally. And like I said, he's been a real good storyline for our team here this playoffs as well.
Jay, much of the talk after the first round was on the back end. Just want to do maybe a quick spotlight on Caleb Jones and his progress, his development. Whenever I watch a game, I see Caleb Jones making the right decision almost every time on the ice. Just maybe talk about how he's developed and how he's been able to find some offense and maybe even lean on some NHL experience this year.
Yeah, I think Caleb's year is a huge positive storyline for the organization. He's a guy who was a real minus player last year. When I say that, the statistic of plus minus. He got better as last year went on, but we really wanted to concentrate on the defensive side of the puck with Caleb this year. And I think his relationship with Dave Manson and his attention to detail on the defensive side of the puck has improved greatly, which has led to increased minutes and responsibility. I'm really impressed with how hard he plays, how heavy he plays around our net. And, the other side of his game, the offensive side and him transporting the puck up the ice or supporting the rush, I think that comes natural. It's instinctual to him. It's what stands out when you watch a game. But he's put a lot of time and effort into being a full 200-foot player, and I'm real positive with his year as a whole. He earned his first NHL call-up, did great, and like I said, his year has to be considered a positive storyline for our organization.
Out of curiosity, you played 17 games in the National Hockey League. Do you maybe sit down with him, ask him what he learned, just maybe kind of pick his brain a little bit and see where he's at mentally?
Well, yeah, I think that's the daily interactions of a coach and his player. We're fortunate to have a really good relationship, and I know he's very tight with Dave Manson, our D coach, and for that matter, with all our staff, including JF and Sly and Sam as well. Caleb's an outgoing personality. What I like about him is that he watches hockey, he thinks hockey, he talks hockey. So when he came back down from his experience in the NHL, we identified a few areas of his games that we wanted to tighten up. And he's come down with a great attitude and been a real important part of our group.
Went with 11D, or 11 forwards,
Yeah.
7D. Is that going to be the same format, or do we have to wait till tomorrow evening?
Yeah, I think when we're such a deep team here in Bakersfield with multiple options, we have 3 very capable goaltenders, 9 defensemen that can all contribute, and over 5 lines of forwards. So those are first world problems for a coaching staff to have, and we're gonna take our time. We're gonna sleep on it. We liked what we saw today with our 4 lines, and we'll make game time decision come tomorrow night.